And welcome back to Let's Play Omori. Last time, we finished up our business in Orange Oasis, as well as a bunch of other side stuff, and we made it to the end of the Firefly Forest. But, before we head on, as I mentioned in the last video, there's a bit of a side thing we can do. Now that we've cleared the path of the track, we can just walk back along it. We don't have to take the minecart. The minecart is necessary to clear that blockage that was in our way. Now, there's a bit of a side thing we can do. In the trees here, there's a clearing that we can get through. And what's past this clearing? Another spider web. Try to cut it, but it's too strong. Wonder what that's all about. But, going further on... Oh hey, a kitty! Let's go give it a pat. Hey kitty. Whoa! Big kitty. And yeah, these kitties are not friendly. And they'll take us and web up our friends. For some reason, they spare Omori this fate. Which is good, because Omori can just cut everybody else loose. Now, how do we deal with these cats? As you saw, they move at light speed when they aggro on you, so we gotta light those candles to distract them. Where exactly the cats spring up kind of varies. Gotta be paying attention here so I don't miss the candles. But they usually spring up late enough that you'll have a chance to light the candle before they come after you. Okay. No, not here. So I want to light this. Here we get the faux tail. Let's just take a quick look at that. This is actually an accessory that I like to give to heroes sometimes, at least in my earlier playthroughs. As you can see, it's basically just a worse rabbit's foot, gives plus 15 speed. Unlike the rabbit's foot, though, you don't have to kill a bunch of bunnies to get it, so that's pretty useful. I'll have him using the cell phone right now, not because it particularly... did you guys see something? Not because it particularly matters, but it will be coming up... Well, it will matter for a fight coming up in the near future. Not the next fight, but one in the near future. And I might as well just leave it on so I don't forget. After that fight is over, though, I'll probably give him either the rabbit's foot or the faux tail. What was that? Magical bean. Let's take a look at that one. I'm gonna sacrifice Hector Jr. for that, but Magical Bean lets you start with a random emotion. I can't imagine why you'd ever want that. Even if you did want an emotion to start the fight, there are plenty of item or other accessories that give you a definite emotion. Now we actually have to examine the trees there where that shadowy figure was standing, and... Oh, who are you? Daddy Longlegs, huh? So, looks like we've got a Lost Woodsy area. It's practically obligatory that your RPG have one of these. And, like always, if we take the wrong path, we just get sent back to the start. Looks like Daddy Longlegs doesn't have anything else new to say yet. Let's just keep going through areas to try to find the right one. I'll be honest, I'm not actually sure if there's a way to tell which path is correct on this first screen, but... Oh, what's that? I swear I could have saw it. Looked like Kel. But every screen going forward... Well, we'll get to it. First... Cryptic. First off, we have ghost bunnies. I'm just gonna go all out on regular attacks. Looks like he didn't really do anything to us. Let's just take him out. Easy enough. Now what do these ghost bunnies do, aside from adding an entry in your Fofax journal? Well, the correct path is designated by a ghost bunny standing on it. Let me just take a look. Nah. I was considering killing some of these to get another level up, but I'm not close enough. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. We're just looking for Basil. Maybe he's here. What's that on the dock? This is a pearl. This is a sellable item, much like the gold watch. I actually almost always forget I have these, and they usually just sit in my inventory for the rest of the game. I don't sell things very often. Well, truth be told, I am kind of a needs person myself. At least I hope I am. Is that a threat? We're just gonna ignore the ghost bunnies, because they don't give amazing experience, and I'm not really that close to a level anyway. Looks like the path is right here. Oh, this is such an easy fight. We'll just dumpster this thing. Much like the toast ghosts, these ghost bunnies can deal damage to your juice. Not terribly threatening, though. As you can see, we just took him out immediately. No, we're on the correct path. He does have a finite number of things to say, but the amount he does say, I think, is the same amount as the number of correct moves you have to make. Who was that boy? Was it Basil? Maybe we're on the right track to finding him. Seems oddly aggressive towards Omori. Wonder what that's all about. Now, unlike the previous ones, we're actually at the end here, so the path up is the correct one instead of down, because there isn't anything down. What truth? Yeah, we've kind of been taking headspace as a given at this point, never really thought about why it is. Guess we can infer that the room is white space. Looks like the dreamer uncovered something that he did not want to. Sounds like he's just running from something. But it's not something that you can get away from. But is he even himself anymore at that point? If he just bathes himself in ignorance? What does he even do? Isn't that basically the same as dying? Wonder who he's talking about here. Oh, mysteries on top of mysteries. And with that little puzzler for us, Daddy Longlegs sets himself ablaze. And for finding him, he gives us a key. The H key, to be precise. Because of the font on that, I always think that's the X key when I first see it. Nothing special about it, though, and it was not the correct one, so we really didn't have to come here. But still, I'd say it was interesting enough to see. But we've got more pressing matters. We gotta get back to what we were doing. Looks like it was a wash trying to find Basil here. But maybe he's at the end of the forest. Now, we're done here, so I'm just gonna let the cats abduct us. There is, as far as I'm aware, no problem with letting this happen. You know, I've never actually tried to leave my friends behind there. I guess I'm just too caring like that. But with that out of the way, we've got business to get to. If you are genre savvy, you'd probably expect there's a boss fight at the end of this forest, and you'd be right. So let's get to that. So Sprout Mole looks kinda drained. More Sprout Moles. You got anything to say, buddy? Maybe they're just tuckered out, taking a nap. This is what they look like when they're sleeping. I can't imagine any of them would say anything different. Yeah, let's just go on our way. Oh, there's sure are a lot of these guys here. Sounds like something skittering. Well, projectiles. What do we got? Well, that is a big bug. How you feeling about this one, hero? And we've got our fight with the King Crawler. Well, if nothing else, at least Hero is not afraid of centipedes. Alright, let me think about what I want to do here. I think I will make this guy sad. And do we have... No. Just as well, probably better for safety's sake, to not make my entire party angry in case he does anything nasty. Generally speaking, the emotional advantage outweighs the damage penalty of you'd receive from anger against sadness. Rather, the emotional advantage you get from attacking a sad enemy with an angry enemy generally outweighs the defensive bonus they get from being sad. I'm kind of explaining that poorly. Alright, he's grabbed a Sprout Mole. We want to make sure that Sprout Mole is dead before the turn is over. I'm gonna throw out some popcorn. The mailbox at the front sells popcorn for us. Now, because we get this present, we can make Omori angry this turn. My goal is to hit him with a pretty powerful hack-away next turn once the Sprout Mole is taken care of. There we go. Alright. And I'll have Hero restore Omori's juice, so we can use hack-away right away next turn. Kel, I guess he can just flex to feel his best. And, yes. What kind of juice restoratives do we got here? We'll go with the breadfruit juice. Now, we're getting pretty close to being able to release energy, and to get an emotional advantage on releasing energy, only Omori needs to have the emotional advantage. You don't need your whole team to have it, even though everybody's attacking. Alright. So we're going to have Omori release energy right here, and that'll finish him off. Just for safety's sake, I'll have Hero use fast food, but we've got this fight in the bag. Nice! Oh, well, never mind. Kel flexed, felt his best, and just completely destroyed the thing. Man, so much for the epic finish. Hey, trick! Let's check that skill out. He also dropped some masks. Interesting. Alright, so the next skill that Omori learned is Trick, and this is another one of his skills that inflicts a debuff depending on the emotional state of the enemy. This one, if they're happy, lowers their speed. Kind of an interesting effect for it, and neuters the benefit of the enemy being happy. Can't really say, like Mach, I ever use it very much. There is one that I do use on occasion, but even then, I'm still not a huge fan of these. Hey, this must be the other Sprout Mole colony that they were talking about in Otherworld. Looks like we finally reached it. So to the left is where we need to go. As you can see, there's a ticket stand, and we got some show tickets, but there are other things we want to get to right now. There is actually an achievement associated with getting 99 pieces of tofu, but luckily the stores here sell tofu, and it's really cheap. It's like a single clam for a piece of tofu, so you can get that easily if you know about it. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to save, and we're going to head to a certain area right now. Just top save right here. It's quite a bit to explore, but I want to do this first before I talk to anybody. Looks like we got some kind of chain here. And at the bottom, now that's an intimidating looking creature. What would happen if we cut this chain? As you notice, there was an anvil hanging right over it. Well, that takes that guy right out of the way, and now we can get all the treasure behind him. But we don't want to do that, because that guy can actually be fought. So let's load the save file we just made. And I actually got through the first half of this video really quickly, so we're going to double up on boss fights today. We've got a bonus boss, and this one is much tougher than the King Crawler. In fact, I expect you're probably intended to fight him like 5 to 6 levels higher than I am right now, but I think we should be able to take him. Let me just make sure my skills are the way I want them. I'm going to need to use a sad poem on it to start the fight off. Alright, so this is King Carnivore. As you can see, there are 3 targets in this fight. And the gimmick of this fight is that these roots will restore the HP of the entire party until you take them out. So you really can't make any headway on King Carnivore until you get these roots out of the way. King Carnivore himself hits very hard at this point in the game, so we want to be very careful about that. To start off, I want Omori to make him sad so he isn't hitting as hard, and I'm also going to want Hero to hit him with Smile so his defense isn't as good. Let's see, what do I want Kel to do? You know what, I'm going to have him flex and use Rebound as his primary offense. Once Hero lands the Smile on King Carnivore, I'm going to have him charm him so that he's redirecting his attacks. Looks like King Carnivore went for him anyway. Okay. Gonna have to think about what I want to do here. Let's see. Those roots are pretty hardy. Just thinking about, yeah, I want to do Power Hit, make Aubrey angry. Actually, yeah, Power Hit, make her angry. We'll have Hero use Fast Food on himself. Ooh, yeesh. That was brutal. That is okay, though, because we have got life jams aplenty. The roots themselves are not very threatening. We might actually get to a point where we hit release energy. Okay. Let's use the life jam on Hero. Oh, well. As you can see, there's the roots restoring the HP. We're in a bit of a dire situation here, but we're also getting close to a release energy. You want to use another life jam? Actually, you know what? Let's revise this a little bit. Let's use life jam. Let's have him use, let's see, use the tomato on Hero, and then have Hero use snack time. I always forget which skill it is. Because the King Carnivore is sad, he's much slower right now, so we can easily outspeed him. Alright, now the roots are probably going to hit us, and that'll put us up to the spot where we can release energy. Alright. I'm going to have, let's see, we'll do Power Hit. I want to make her angry again. And we'll use another Smile on this guy. Alright, now this release energy should do a good chunk of damage here. Release energy always does a fixed amount of damage to every single enemy. There we go. 600 damage to everybody. Alright. A little bit of HP back to these things. What are we looking at here? Alright, not too bad. Should be able to take out this route this turn. I want to use, let's see, good healing item on heroes. It's pretty low. Use the fries on everybody. We'll use some of this ramen that we've got sitting around. Let's use another smile on King Carnivore. And now his attack is down as low as it can go. Alright, that's one route down. That's a little unlucky, but not a huge deal. Now that we've got King Carnivore's offense down, he shouldn't be as much of a threat. And in general, I'm not too worried about characters being knocked out because we don't have any buffs or anything, so there's not any huge deal if they get taken out. I was gonna have Hero charm the guy to better redirect his attacks, but we just haven't been having good opportunities to do that. Gonna want to have Kel use some fries here. It's a good thing we have those. And we'll just have Hero restore his juice so he can actually use some skills for us. We'll use that Bud Peach soda we got. Think that'll take out the other route? No, not yet. Okay. Now we can start getting to work on King Carnivore. Let's see. I want Kel to actually heal Omori, and then have Hero use fast food on Aubrey. Alright, had a bit of a rough start to this fight, but I think we're in control now. Alright. And let's start by making him angry. And I want to use a smoothie on everybody. So we'll use the berry smoothie to get everybody's... Oh, I should have tripped him. You know, that would have actually been a really good opportunity to use this. But, oh well. I'll use the berry smoothie to get everybody's juice back up. Okay. You know what? Actually, I will trip him. Use a snack on her. And throw a rubber band at him just to get his defense down. There we go. Now we should be outspeeding him more consistently. As you can see, Aubrey's now faster than him. So yeah, I found a use for Trip finally. I've had Kel flex at the start, and there just hasn't been a time to do that yet. We're gonna use some popcorn this turn, and just have Hero keep chucking rubber bands at him. Nice, we're doing really good now. After I got control of the fight. Now here's where the fight gets a little different. That's okay, because I have a plan. Let's see. What we're gonna do... We're actually going to... I'll have him attack, have Aubrey still use hit. Actually, no, I'll have her use power up hit instead. We're gonna have Kel annoy him. This is actually really fortuitous, because this is what I wanted to do. I'll just use fast food on Aubrey. But yeah, this is the last thing that he can do, is spray gas to make your entire party happy, so we're gonna make him angry. And now we all have an emotional advantage on him, and we're faster. And he decided to waste his turn anyway, so now, time to hit him with Hackaway, and this should be it for the fight. We're gonna get a lot of experience for this. There we go. A little dicey at start, but check it out. 13,000 experience points. And we get an air horn, nice. 3 levels for everybody. Alright, we just got some awesome skills there. Let's check out first Omori. We got Mood Wrecker. This does big damage to enemies that are happy. It's quite a boost, and I think it might actually be slightly stronger than Headbutt, though not as easy to set up. But there's going to be a very specific use for this fight in the near or this skill in the near future, so we want it. Now Kel got one of his best skills in the game, and we're gonna swap out Flex for this. Ricochet. Now, this is the next 3-hit skill. Unlike Omori's Hackaway, this one hits a single target, so you can guarantee 3 hits on a single enemy. It isn't that powerful right now because Kel's attack power is really low, but his attack power scales well enough that eventually it'll do some pretty good damage. So we're going to put that on. Another advantage that Kel has compared to Omori is Kel has a lot more juice, and he gets some weapons that boost his juice. So he can use it a lot more freely than Omori can. Now that that's been taken care of. Wonder what he's working on. We'll have to see if we can find out more about it. I like this thing. But yeah, that was a bit of a rocky start to that fight, but otherwise we took care of it quite nicely. Looks like this teacher doesn't have much of an idea how to teach his class. I'm sure you just gotta keep in touch. Oh, sure. Nice aspiring artist. Well, at least he looks on the bright side of things. There's a couple people up here that we did not talk to, so let's just check out with them. Some guy fidgeting. We got a side quest here. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we've been there before. We know where it is. I'm sure there's a perfectly good reward for doing this, too. You got it. You can count on us. I feel that, buddy. I feel that. Probably something to do with the King Crawler up there. Yeah, for the most part. What do we got next on the agenda? I do like the variable volume of the song in this colony. Occupied. Also occupied. Very much occupied. And a nice shaped door. Well, exclusionary much? Ah, I see. It's like the double cherry in Mario 3D World. Is that what we judge beauty standards by? How many sprouts you got? We will actually need some tofu on us in the future. Sure, let us buy tofu. Alright, looks like we got some chefs here. This is just reminding me, one of my old jobs, tofu was one of the ingredients we served, and one of the guys was dared to try some of the tofu right out of the hot box with just straight up, not any seasoning or toppings or anything, and the look on his face was priceless. That sounds awful, hero. Well, at least they're in agreement. No. Well, okay. Yeah, I'm not interested in hearing about tofu. We gotta head down here. Hey, another joke! Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. Excellent. Looks like that guy's working hard. If only. I wonder if there's anything like that. Helps out with sleeping. What do you got to say? You raise a good point. However, we got a watermelon back there, and I want it. I'm such a Grinch. It's okay, it'll come around another year. Well, next year. I suppose technically this year at this point. Swish, swish. I mean, there are worse obsessions to have. At least you got the world's best pink flamingo collection. Okay, now these guys right here have preferred seasons, and they will give us a charm based on who we agree with. Now, all of these are varying degrees of quality, but the one I want is the fall moles. I do have a friend who has fall as their favorite season. Yeah, sure, fall is the best season. Now, honestly, I don't need this too much, but in a regular game, if you came here right away, this would easily be the best one to pick. This is the Rake. This is a charm that increases your offense by 3. Very few charms do that, and in fact, if you're just playing, like, very bluntly and straightforwardly, this will be the only other thing besides the eye patch that will do so, and the eye patch, of course, has the accuracy penalty to it. So this is probably the best one to pick. The winter guy, and they won't give us anything anymore since we tossed our favor in the way of fall. Winter guy gives you a scarf that gives you +2 defense. I think the summer guy and the spring guy give you ones that increase your HP and your juice by 10, respectively. None of those are terribly good compared to the Rake, and honestly, I'm not going to use the Rake either, but just in, like, if I had to pick one that was the most useful, it would probably be the Rake. Incidentally, there is an achievement associated with each one of these guys, so be sure to save before you talk to them so you can actually just reload your save and get the achievements all at once. Forgot to check out this area. Now, what is this? The humble abode of Rosa? That was that sprout mole we saw in the junkyard. Oh, I kind of sped through the text there. It was just the #1 sweetheart fan. But yeah, we saw her in the junkyard in Otherworld, and she tried to steal the tape. Hope we don't run into her. You know what? Let's just take some time to remind ourselves that our friends are smiling warmly behind us. Aww. I admire your hustle, Sprout Moles. You will be the strongest there is. If only we could work out with them. I think especially Hero could use the exercise. Well, enough of that. Now that's basically everything there is to do in the Sprout Mole Colony. I actually got through a lot more in this video than I expected to. And I think that's a good spot to end it anyway. So let's just get to the picnic basket and make another save. Alright, now, as you can imagine, the way we have to go is to the show ticket stand so that we can see the show. But we'll save that for next video, because this one's run long enough. So, as always, I thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time as well. Until then, goodbye.